This week in 2006, I spent my first night at Moberly's Walmart. Shortly after midnight, I sat down on the third seat of 9 orangish folding chairs. The chairs had been lined up in front of McDonald's beside the dairy case. For 7 hours and 42 minutes, I shivered on hard metal, facing an assortment of sour cream and cottage cheese containers now etched in my memory. At 8:01 a.m., we 9 were escorted to a cash register with the privilege of paying $250 for a Nintendo Wii gaming system before Christmas. As I sat there, I wondered if my father had performed a similar knight's errand for me when I got my pet rock, complete with straw and breathing holes, in 1975. I questioned if I should celebrate or regret being the pastor of Walmart's manager. He had shared the public secret of how to capture the Holy Grail. Before I became besties with the other parents, I had known only one. At 3:55 a.m., when her mother-in-law sat down on the 9th chair, she yelled down the line, "Mom, can't you see I'm already here?" The perfect reply was passed back, "Dear, don't you remember I have other grandchildren?" While I don't think they're causally related, 10 months later, I spent my first night at the Missouri Psychiatric Center in Columbia. After convincing the charge nurse that we both could be right, she supervised my unpacking the suitcase my sister had left for me. When I held up my prized Sony Trio Palm PDA with several Bible translations, notes, emails, and contacts, the nurse grabbed it away. "You can't have this here. I'll lock it away until you leave. You just can't have it." In the tone of a disappointed toddler, I cried, "Why can't I have it?" "Don't you know? Somebody in here might kill you for something this valuable." That's another early morning quote I'll never forget. I suffered for one possession. I could have been killed for the other. In a short while, one was stored in a box and the other was lost in the back of a drawer, each replaced by the newest needful thing. I wonder if my experience echoes across the millennia to the words of Jesus. "Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust consume and where thieves break in and steal. But store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust consumes, where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." Jesus was steeped in the prophet Micah's vision of God's kingdom that George Washington quoted in the musical Hamilton. "Each one shall sit under their own vine and their own fig tree, and none shall make them afraid." All you need so you will not covet or fear. When is enough for you? Do you believe that when each receives their needs, none shall ever be afraid? What have you treasured in the past that is now without worth? How have you found less to be more in your spiritual journey of faith? Where is your treasure and your heart?